Hello and welcome to Up the Villa podcast. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. We're a fan-based driven podcast looking to give you, the Villa fans, your say, post-match reactions after the games. So we've come away from this 3-0 winners at the Emirates, our best start since 1998, with a game in hand. Win that, you go top of the league. How are you, Ryan?
Not too bad, mate. Not too bad. We just love playing on Sunday evenings, don't we? Yeah, we should pin down this fixture date for every game, mate. I just thought we looked so good, didn't we? We just thought going forward, mate. We looked so expansive. Like I just thought we played with a proper swagger about us, like a proper style. I thought we defended terrifically together as a team. I just thought all over the pitch, just a huge team performance and a well-deserved 3-0 win at Arsenal.
It was
Brilliant.
huge. One thing I'm going to say is that I felt I was quite negative on the last video, and it wasn't because of the way we played. Well, it was to the way we played, but it was the way we applied ourselves to that game, which was very disappointing because I feel like we can do a lot better and we are a lot better than that performance. So I'm just putting that out there now. But today was a stark contrast from that first whistle. That first whistle, we saw McGinn smashing that ball top corner, and it set the tone for the whole game. We looked bang at it from the start today, and that's the levels that I want to see us playing with and taking into every game that we play, because we're capable of this now.
Yeah, look, we all have our little wobbles, and what we said at the end of that pod was we hoped that we took that last 15 minutes of the Southampton game into the Arsenal game. And didn't we just?
Yeah.
Didn't we just? Like you saying, we was bang at it all over the place. I did get a little bit nervous after McGinn had scored and it had been chalked out. I thought, have we lost our composure a bit? And I seen McGinn try and ping one across the field. But then all of a sudden, Barkley and Grealish, what a goal. What a fantastic bit of play in that corner, and to bring Matty Target in, who lays it on a plate for. Well, I thought it was Trez's goal, but it was an own goal. But it's brilliant to watch, wasn't it, from a Villa side?
I mean, that goal, that sort of little bit of swagger in that left hand corner, that little bit of movement with Barkley's foot, how he was just jinking it. We were toying with them.
Yeah.
We're doing stuff to very good teams, which normally happens to us. You know, we cut open Liverpool at will. Today, we were so explosive on that counter-attack today. Arsenal couldn't live with us at times, and that's not over-exaggerating here. I felt like we were that good today. So we got our first goal. I was a bit worried at half-time because I thought maybe Arsenal were going to come out and bring that next sort of level and we would remain the same. But I felt like today we went up another level at half-time. We come out and we were just as good. And then, you know, they came into the game, they made their changes, and it was looking a little bit worrying at times. But then Watkins turns into prime Henry, I'm going to say. He's so good, Watkins, because even talk about his hold-up play. I mean, he was brilliant today. He was holding everything up. His finishing is great, and I think what a great return now. 5 goals for him. So what were your thoughts on Watkins today?
Yeah, like you say, I was impressed with his link-up play. I thought, you know, Grealish and Barkley was doing a lot and they were getting a lot of the attention. But, yeah, if you sat down and watched Watkins' game, I thought he had a terrific game. And I thought, like you say, like half-time it was 1-0. And, yeah, you do think, oh, maybe we'll go into our shell. But I always remember Dean Smith, when he first joined us, he said, I think someone asked him what was the best way to defend a 1-0 win. And it was his comment was to go and score 2 or 3. And that is exactly what we've done today. And I felt more comfortable with us just attacking Arsenal than trying to defend that 1-0 win, because that's where we look better. And we had them. And I think the players knew that. They smelt the blood. And then the second goal come in, and I seen the ball get laid to Luiz. What I loved about the goal is Cash took his time. He could have easily just humped that ball back in, laid it to Luiz. And we could all see the ball was on for Barkley. And, beautiful ball. And I'm thinking, Bartley, head it across. But then when I watch the replay, he's volleying it across and Watkins is putting it away, the 6-yard assassin. Oh, mate, it's just beautiful. They're all beautiful goals.
They all worked well. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? They're all well-worked goals. You've seen all over the pitch now. We work in certain moments. The Grealish volley at the edge of the box, Derby County.
Yeah.
It's worked well. We're not just sort of at times just lumping it all. We sort of just whacking it in there, hitting and hoping at times. It was quite intricate today, and that's what I really liked. Something else that I want to touch on as well. Martinez, how must he be feeling right now? You know, he's gone
I'm
back to
feeling
his.
good, mate, because I've got him in my fantasy team. So
Have you?
good points there. Yeah.
So he's gone back to his old stomping ground where they had him for 10 years, didn't value him, didn't feel like he was the top keeper there, and he's brilliant. Again, another clean sheet. So he must be like on top of the world right now. Um, I just hope we take this level of performance now into the next games now, because this next run of fixtures looks pretty tidy for us, I think.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? It does. And touching on Emmy Martinez, I know we conceded 7 goals in the last 2, but he didn't really have a chance with any of them, did he?
No.
So he's been a fantastic sign. And I always remember like a tweet from an Arsenal fan saying we should use the Martinez money to buy Martinez. That's, brilliant, brilliant. And I just thought like Grealish as well, just as we break up for international duty and Southgate touched on, we wanted pace and speed and athleticism in the wide areas. That third goal where he's racing through, then he just brushes off the defender and lays it off for Watkins. I thought, yeah, that is the way to sign off club duty, head into the training pitch for England. So surely he's got to start again.
I mean, I do feel like Southgate probably should be taking Konsa, Watkins, and Barkley with him as well.
Too right. Bartley done himself justice tonight for a future call up, didn't he?
Definitely, mate. Cool, mate. Right, I'll speak to you soon.
Nice one, mate. Up the Villa.
Up the Villa. So I'm delighted to say we have Danny from the Bedford Lions. How are you feeling after that performance?
Evening, Luke. I'm buzzing. I'm absolutely buzzing. I know I just said to you, I didn't think we were going to win today. I kept it quiet.
I think it was always going to feel a little bit, you don't know what you're going to get after the Southampton game.
Yeah.
But we were brilliant again. I can't believe how good we were.
Absolutely outstanding. Like, we just did not give Arsenal a chance to get a foothold. Like, we commanded the whole of the game. It's absolute joy to watch. Absolute joy to watch. I'm not even mad about the VAR decision.
No. Thing is that they don't affect us anymore because we're playing that well.
Yeah, really, really decent. And I don't know about you, but I can't even pick a man of the match.
No, I don't think I can either. I mean, I'd probably say secretly Trezeguet.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. Trez and Barkley. I think
obviously, yes.
He deserves a shout.
I just think this season now we just look so dynamic, don't we? And
it's exciting.
And teams are really wary of us. And we've just got levels that we can go to as well now, and we can sort of stay in the game. We can ride our luck at times. We can break at pace. We do clever things now. I was watching the game at one point, and it went to Smith, and then it went to Terry, and then it went to Shakespeare on the touchline. I just thought they just look like proper bosses, don't they, on the touchline? It just looks like I trust in what they're doing, and I feel so confident looking at them.
It's amazing. I know that we're coming off the back of 2 pretty rubbish defeats, if I'm honest. I mean, well, I think the Southampton game is obviously a game of 2 halves. We had a really bad first half and then obviously played a lot better in the second half. But I was a bit worried that we were going to head into an international break with a bad run of form after the brilliant start that we've had. So today is incredible. And what I noticed and what really stuck with me was even when we were 3-0 up and, 75 minutes. We've still got 15 minutes to go, and we're still pressing. We're still being creative. We're still looking forward. And it's brilliant. They weren't just resting on their laurels. They didn't just think, do you know what, we're going to sit back, we'll take 3-0. They were still pushing and pushing and pushing for a fourth. And it's great. This is the Aston Villa that we deserve in the end. I mean, we've been through a couple of years of, well, several years of some really awful, dull football. It's not been creative, hasn't even been safe. And I feel like now we're being rewarded for our loyalty. And also, I mean, not just us, but Jack Grealish. I mean, half of this is because he stayed with us, because they've promised to build.
One thing on Grealish as well, I think it's finally good that he's actually playing for a decent Villa team.
Yes.
This is probably, I think the commentator said it as well, it's the first time he's probably been playing for Villa and he feels like he's in a good side.
Well, do you know what? I didn't hear that because I was listening to a foreign stream. I was listening to the game in Georgian, and I think that actually helped because most of the time you're watching it and it clouds the game when commentators are saying, the same rubbish things about Villa, or I just can't be bothered with that. And so it's quite nice just to switch off and watch it for what it was. It was a joy.
Brilliant. And I think, one thing that is really weird with football, and football is actually entertainment. And I think for a long period of my time supporting Villa, I probably haven't looked at it in that way. But like you said earlier, I'm watching them today and I feel like it's quite nice to watch, which sounds really weird.
I know you say entertainment, but I think there's not one Villa fan that won't disagree that it's not actually been that entertaining for probably the past 7 or 8 years to watch Villa. It's been a bit of a chore and quite emotionally draining.
But do you know what I mean? Like, it's sort of getting to that stage now where you're starting to think, do you know, I can't wait to watch us today.
Yeah. Well, I did say I did think we were going to lose today, but I'm made up. I'm absolutely made up, particularly as I live down south now, as you know. So there's quite a lot of Arsenal supporters at work. I can't wait to go into work, and my next door neighbour as well. So we had a bit of a chat earlier, so I can't wait to see him tomorrow.
I know, I bet you can't. But it's just great now. So, like, you go on your phone, you go on Sky Sports, you look at the table, and, like, we're there, 6th place. There's no scrolling. You're not scrolling down to the bottom. It's just such a great feeling.
And with a game in hand.
Definitely.
And with a game in hand. And I know it might be against Manchester City, but I'm not scared. Like, I'm not nervous about that fixture now. I think we can go to City and come away with something this season.
Definitely. Why not? Anyway, Danny, thanks for your call.
No worries. Thanks, Luke. Always a pleasure. See you later.
So our next caller is Liam. How are you, mate?
Very good. Very well after that. Yeah, I think everyone's smiling again.
Definitely, our smiles are back. The positivity is definitely back. What do you make of that then?
It was, I think first of all, just to very briefly go back to the Southampton game, I think the 4-0, 4-0 down, it was almost a bit misleading. I think at times we were a bit soft in the first half, and rightly everyone was disappointed. Can't give away a 4-goal lead, but very rarely, if ever, did teams score with 4 shots on target. And that was how it was. I think Ryan said, didn't he, that Ward-Prowse turned into Beckham. I think those 2 free kicks, they were sensational. First, but so it's perhaps slightly misleading. And then the way that we finished in the second half, was much more like it. It was just you can't give that kind of head start. But today, they just kind of got back to to where we were at a couple of games ago before the Leeds game. I thought the work rate was brilliant. There was pace, there was power. I thought perhaps before the game, a lot of people said, maybe Barkley should have been sacrificed for a bit more solidity in the midfield for these kind of away games. But glad that didn't happen. The ball for the second goal was outstanding, and they showed they could be solid but still such an attacking threat again. Clean sheet's perfect.
We were just brilliant today. We were absolutely brilliant. I think the tempo was right from the start. The energy levels were right, and you were just watching us and thinking, we're in this today. We're going to get something from this. That's the vibe I had, and that was my only criticism of the Southampton game. That I just felt we were a little bit laboured and ponderous, and we lacked energy, and that's why I was probably quite negative of us in that game. But I think today we really bought it. Just the drive of Barkley. I think that for the first goal, when he picked it up, and he was just toying with their defender, wasn't he? He was just doing that little flick with his foot, getting ready to move, getting rid of.
Yeah,
it was quality. Target had a real great game as well. And we looked very, very dangerous all over the pitch, I thought. And like you alluded to, I thought defensively we looked brilliant. It's just so pleasing to see, isn't it?
Yeah, there were times when they had to, there were blocks they had to make. There were probably a couple of let-offs, weren't there? There was a Lacazette chance and stuff like that. But, apart from that, any defending they had to do, they did it. They did it well. I thought the midfielder, I was a bit concerned. It probably helped us a little bit, Partey going off at half time. But having said that, there weren't too many problems for us in the first half. It was just all over the pitch. They were really at it. I was just reading something on The Guardian then saying, it was potentially better than the Liverpool game as a performance all round. I think it was that good.
I think you're right, but I think teams are now going to be quite wary of us, because we do look really dangerous and we've got a lot of goals in our side. I think we've scored so many goals so far this season now. And I think if you just look at that table now, we're in 6th place, game in hand. Win that game in hand, we could go top of the league.
It's great, isn't it?
You know
you can't stop looking at the table.
That's the levels. That's the levels we've got to be at. And I've been watching a bit of football this weekend, and I've been watching Fulham, and I was impressed with Fulham. I thought they were really good, and they lost. I watched West Brom today against Spurs. Again, they played really well and lost. So we were that team last season who were playing well and losing. Now we're playing well and winning, which is the key part of it. Look at the sides we've beat. We've beat Liverpool, Leicester, Arsenal. Last season, we only beat Arsenal, a top 6 side.
Yeah, and that was a problem, wasn't it?
And now we're putting in these away performances as well, which is really pleasing. I think this is our best start since 1998. I mean, when I think of 98, I think that it's not that long ago, but it is a long time ago.
I was 8. So who was it? Was Gregory?
I'm going to say so, yeah.
I think so, yeah. Yeah, it's a long way back. I mean, you talked about the away form, sorry. I think 3 wins, not a goal conceded as well. I think those 3.
It's really good and really promising. So it's looking good.
Happy days. Good. Yeah, I'm trying not to get too. I'm trying not to get too down when we lose and to get too excited when we win. But with this start, you've got to just I think you've got to enjoy it as well. Though we've had a lot of misery over the past 10 years or so as Villa fans, and it's time to enjoy it a little bit as well. So I'll try not to get too carried away, but definitely got to enjoy nights like this.
I mean, I wouldn't say get too carried away, but if I'm going to reel off these next set of fixtures to you, I think I'm going to start getting a bit more excited. Our next games are Brighton at home, West Ham, Newcastle, Wolves, Burnley, West Brom and Crystal Palace.
Yeah, now, it's a favourable run, isn't it? Yeah.
I'm thinking, what point tally are we going to be on by that? So that's also.
I know.
Really
I know. You have got me excited there. To be fair, it's the concentration will be important. Because like you said, teams are going to be wary of us now. Those teams are going to not fancy playing us. So I think concentration and being bang on it again. But the way that they work today, that doesn't look like it'll be a problem.
No, I don't think
so. They're going all out for each other.
Definitely. I don't think so either. Anyway, Liam, thanks for your call, mate.
Cheers. Thanks, mate.